Right, so just last region over Ballin and what John think Martin again. Right, approximately the catch every heat. So to f of x, cosine x cubed minus 9x squared plus quijig x plus 3x in the wall to r. Right, find the coordinates of local max and local minimum point of the card. So find local max against local min. So we raise Shedrod, part of the heat. The local max against local min kind of divide the x or cosine 0. So ratio to f dash of x should divide x, cosine 3x squared minus r jig x plus quij. Okay, because the shin cosine 0 in it and we solve. So you do x squared minus she x plus quij cosine 0, ram and whole after 3 for handiness, and we factor it. So you do x by x, him, quij minus against minus x cosine him, x cosine quij. Okay, now that's the shed part square for us. Now negation to the correct to the y value. So correct x cosine him to y cosine him cubed minus 9 for him squared plus quijig for him plus 3. So should cosine him plus quijig plus 3 should jig minus 9 should j. Okay, so should we get coordinate him la j. Down the coordinates x cosine quij with the y cosine quij cube here minus 9 for quij turn here plus quijig for quij plus 3 I guess the shin cosine minus 22. Right, so you to quij value the piece of dog. Okay, so erasing the year function. Now the year function can come with upper mark will be local max and local min. So the upper mark was our local max, local min image d squared y upper mark. So race test going to f double dash the x in us, so we factorize shop and shop. So you have to she x minus r jig f double dash of x. A race corresponding f da x cosine heen, because the x cosine heen, I guess you have to she for heen, and she lead to r jig cosine lead to da yig, and you exclude a 0, so shen local max. Canella f double dash the quij, so the shin cosine she for quij and troha minus r jig cosine da yig, which then is 0, so shen local min. So testing the local max is a local min. Okay, like you shouldn't party heat jump. Okay. So down the part in Ceacht, there's find the coordinate of the point of inflection. So point of inflection test again. Well, f double dash the x cosine 0 find the point of inflection. Okay, so erase to midline f double dash x and she x with the r jig cosine 0, she x cosine r jig x cosine 3. Which erase correspond x cosine 3, so you have to y cosine 3 cubed minus 9 for 3 squared plus quijig for 3 plus 3, I get the same cosine minus shave, which you can? Yeah, so you have the coordinates 3, using the coordinates 3 relative to shape. Okay, and there's your point of inflection. Okay, as a part journal, draw a rough sketch of your curve. So race, we're going to hand sketch. So you should not in the casting shop to do that. I mean, if you build out all this, leave it Alberton, well, the sketcher. So race, touch me la hit punch heel la j. So we're here, do, see, keha, quick, she, fat, so we says do, keha, she, r, figures j. So heel la j, the function should be good. Which is do, which is keha, which is she, which is r, which is j, which is do, which is j, which is piece of do. Right. Shin, do, keha, shin, which is she. He do 3 la which is she, so the point of inflection is good. I used to raise to me God 3 can have quick la which is pieces of my he's and shop. It's your turning point. Okay, so raise task in this goes a shop. It's a local max, so therefore there's a curve of the bala shop. I shall free chat and it turns I guess in the graph. Okay? I guess in it. To the graph. Huh? Shop part of dawn shop. point of inflection. Is it okay? Think yes, you're good at
Oh, no,
just for vision part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you okay, listen? Anything here? Yeah. Vision catch over the heat. Kieran, was the judge on to there now? This is a catch us, that's right. Say then, you was the judge on to there now? No. Now, the catch 3. What is in Matthew? Yeah. Right. Catch 3. Right. The equation of the curve y equals, so I have a free catch 3 in our students and rubber ma. Can you on you? Can you show anyway? Right, so I have a free catch over the 3. With the y quadrangle, x minus e carny here for x minus quick carny. Okay, no, oh right, because you show for that. Right. Show that the curve has a local maximum at the point 3 less AJ. So here draw the prime with local max against local man's obrima. So this Euroshen per Viershen so to the UDX Cosma da for x minus heen for heen. So the Cosma da x minus da against the VDX Cosma da for x minus quick. So Cosma da x minus j. Okay? So scheme out the formula to dy dx. Cosma u shin x with heen carnia. Maybe for TV dx shin da x with j plus x with quick carnia here for da x with da. Okay? Right, we're going to be shin lig jante. Vet du shin lig ma? Think at the next J part in the vet du shin lig ma. Granny. Alright, I'm still factorize.
Bracket x minus 1, bracket x minus 5, and bracket 4x minus 12.
4
X minus 12.
minus 12. Right, well, on your right, can listen to the so just lock it to common, make a whole lot. So the x minus heen, I get the x minus 5. See, the shin x minus heen and show good maybe for da, I get the x minus quick good and shot. So he got the factorize out, I get the formula here. So fairly straightforward. So okay, listen. Yeah. Now the shin good and shin curtain whole lot quadrant 0. So you have to x luigi heen quadrant 0, x quadrant heen, x luigi quick quadrant 0, x quadrant quick. And you should do k x quadrant da x quadrant 3. Okay. So this upper ma x quadrant heen, x quadrant 3, I guess x quadrant quick. So to y quadrant. Now the race just current equation shin. It's hard to function. I was go up in steps. I guess we just had the y value steps and that you had the legally new sublima. So regular grain you put in the y values. And it's x quadrant heen to y quadrant 0, x quadrant 3, j, I guess x quadrant quick 0 faster. Okay? Now, so this can we figure out on as king can local max, king can local man. Okay? So it is let's see again now climate d squared y dx squared d. I actually which one is first and tablet and is a fashion. Which award is first and tablet and is a fashion because for the y dx the show to indeed the fault this blockage for every year. Unless we just wait a little more and then solve but the x cubed we within chain so pleasure for the so your wide needs first to just show for a share the function, table function or the half later. I guess currently just values in between. So it's not the enemy. So first make the x value. So to make all heen 3 equals quick, so I'm with 0. Heen da 3 I guess quick. Okay, now that's going to do idx. That's going to heen was a quadrant 0, that's going to 3 was a quadrant 0, or that's going to quick was a quadrant 0. So that means the shin is a straight horizontal tangent. Okay, so show the tangent and job. Now, ag 0 granny if I make positive and negative.
Negative.
Negative, okay, when you do,
Positive.
positive when you care.
Negative.
Real quick share your land here. Like a share,
Positive.
positive. Okay, so negative slope, check this machine. Positive slope to us, negative slope shares, I guess positive slope to us. Okay, so that's going to shape a graph. Okay, so Osha, that's going to punch a heel, going to punch a heel at 0 on the local max, or local man, go with us there. Local minimum point. That's going to punch a 3 la jig on the local max. Because that's going to punch a journal and quick line on the local min. Okay, on and okay lesson. Now, so show that the curve has a local maximum at the point 316. I'll give them a definition in the hash graph. Find the coordinates of the two local minimum points, so this is John's going. And draw a rough sketch of y equals f of x. So kind of sketch a had in touch on us. Okay, so at least when you do sketch, can we touch it la can we call o in so could you quick the 3 k quick because can we share and then can we call 0 I guess can we call so could you share so no k she or j or you charge it share make it hard check okay I squish out the punchy so to punch away 18 la nyamni to punch 3 la shejig I guess to punch 8 quick la nyamni okay so it is when you can show local min so that means there's a curve out the balance right so this curve out I guess in the shape okay okay lesson consideration huh? Alright, do you do that? Yeah. Nigga? You come to Berlin, what? Do you may rub them off, t-shirt? Do you shall rub them off? Yeah. I'm a drag you catch you quick. Right, so catch it real quick. Okay. Now to y coordinate x equal to k here minus r x cubed plus jx squared minus quick. Okay, show that the curve has a local maximum at the point he and Luigi dot. So just go for each process. So upper mod the local max, local min. Attachment off that the y dx. So shin column k x cubed minus 3x and k x carny moji phi x. Okay, so shin dy dx. Curve shin column Nollaig. So you have the k x cubed here minus no x carny here plus phi x. Column 0. Ran ahan rod k. So you have x cubed here minus k shape k x carny plus quick x column 0 and then factorize. So you have x carny will just say x plus quick. So you have x modify x for x here for quick minus x minus. So you have x column 0, x column here, x column quick. Okay, but in the value x column 0, when the shot 0 and check, you have y column lose quick. X column here, you have y column gradient. The shot here, you have to have Luigi dog. I guess x column quick. Luigi Kate Rohan. Right, thanks. Okay, so it's in the coordinates. Now, erased, when you down the part, caiimid dy dx agus in erased. So d squared y, dx squared, codumla agus limit linear column with John Shaw. So 3 for care you to dye x carry here, Luigi fi Luigi cara art x plus phi. Okay, so shin d squared y dx squared, and then subulus can just get each follow more king can local max agus king can local max. So you can hook at the table any die here now, or you got just d squared y dx squared here. Either way. Okay? Either way. So just get them at d squared y, just the one die difference, right? So we equal to d squared y dx squared near to x quadrum pass me off x quadrum 0. So raised due to dy for 0 minus cara art for 0 plus phi as the shin quadrum phi, which then is small, na 0, so therefore it is in the local min. Okay, Kekinelle x quadrum hien, so you to dy for hien minus cara art for hien plus phi, I guess we shin doing. So dy plus dy plus phi shin troha da mass minus cara art minus cj. Which then is 0, so shin local max. Okay, I guess I can join that x quadrum la quick. So you to dy for quick carny here minus cara art for quick plus phi. You got this in upper modi calculator. So quick for piece of quick for dy. Which then is more than 0, so therefore local minimum point. Okay, so raised to my job with the upper margin, let's refund your local max against local min. Okay. Okay, so okay, listen, and then you're logging in and kiss the quick. Find the coordinates of the two local minimum points, that's in Jantagoy. I guess draw a rough sketch of the curve. So sketch the curve. The raised to me call 0 here is quick. So 0 here da 3 care is quick. So 0 here is quick. I guess the raised to me call on the punchy. 0 la lose the quick. So just curve sheet lose the quick and shot. Y here na lose the da. So lose the quick, lose the da. I guess the y quadrant minus 130, so it's a wee decent job, like 130. Okay, and then you're organizing a sketch of the shell. So erased, testing goes on the local min, since 0 la lose quick, so erased talking carbon use percent, I guess jump into half, it lose quick. Erased local max, it lose da, so right to half percent, it local max, I guess local min is in he's. In the curve. Okay? Position guy?
Yeah.
Do you do quite the one already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, eh? It's alright, doesn't that? Yeah? Right. So you can get these courses as a chart, which get them all for each. Chart local difference, so there are 3 charts in it, right? Okay, do you want to rub them off? So the yana yeah, do you rub them off? Either and kultu? Graph, so do you want to rub them off? So the yana yeah. Then you've been aware anyway, this pretty much is it will do not tough when you have a record all that. Right. Just over a chart, y f of x, quadrum la x lose here, for x móide dó. Okay, now find the equations of the asymptotes of the curve y equals f of x. Right. Right, and then you got these rhyme for each other. Now the required asymptotes can you come here? So get the vertical asymptote remember then going in both. So you do x plus dó cosine 0, x cosine lúide dó. Okay? So send the head the equation. X equals minus 2. When you know the other climate, when you're in the horizontal asymptotes, climate could you climate limit it. Okay? So you limit x to go to infinity. That x lúide here is going x plus dó. So raised as we go sin cosine limit the x to go to infinity. That here minus here is going x is going here plus dó is going x. Is raised as sin cosine here. And then you okay later. So my the infinity here is going infinity relation to 0. So the factor here is going here increase the cosine here. Now because we all go a power kern in shaw against in shaw, that means the plus infinity against minus infinity meridian. So you just kind of your hand to shaw. Plus the shaw against shaw identical, therefore you run that asymptote away. Okay? Now, just in part every heat. So raise square to y equals 1. So because they're to find the equation of the asymptotes. So that means the equation is x equals minus 2 in the horizontal against the vertical is y equals 1. Okay? Now, get part show that the curve y equals f of x has no turning point or point of inflection. So, when the turning point climate you gets be obrum up. So we would line f dash of x. Cosine. So this climate u against v. So the u dx cosine he, the v dx cosine he. Okay, and we factors. Okay, so this you to v shin x plus dó maybe for he minus x lúide he maybe for he. The league gun x plus dó can. So this is shin cosine x plus dó lúide x móide he is gun x plus dó carny here against the shin cosine 3 is gun x plus dó carny. Okay, against near shin cosine 0 because in your Higgin value be as the x. How x going to be the top line to solve for x? So we all know what x will be the top line, therefore near so going to be cosine 0. So the relation near local max. Merger to no turning points. So near punchy castle. Okay, so near punchy castle. So sunny head count. Now put in down the count. Climate the right turn the crew. So erase to me go up with a minus f double dash of x. So the f dash of x cosine 3 is gone x plus dó carny. So erase to me go in showing is fossil to here. Because the x will be at the top, the more shows us in top, the more lose the product root or the chain root. So the shin cosine 3 for x plus dó minus dó. What is fossil as the y dx on the shin? So you the f double dash the x cosine lúide she for x plus dó lúide 3 maybe for he. With the cosine lúide she is gone x plus dó cubic. So this you have a cosine 0. So therefore, so the relation near point of inflection. Using Gaelic reflection also. The other nation is check out. Okay? I guess in the dark crew image, in the dark crew in the wall, point of inflection because your value be for x. Okay? As the Asian center part journal, draw a rough graph of the curve y equals f of x. So graph the east times the graph, passage 8 x cosine lúide dó, which means the knowledge of sin lúide here, lúide dó. I guess come just line brush. So sin the vertical asymptote. Okay? For the y cosine here, so I'm just going to here and shaw. I guess come just horizontal asymptote. Okay? Now, Cabbage up in Marnes will a graph got she's machine or what's in the region chin and so can they up in machine more? Great. Well, the idea being that can they up in more cola punch it. So just supply star every day. Usually the supply star 0 for your x. Mohita is star 0 for your x you to lose okay? So Mohita is star 0 you to lose so that's going to graph bolu eknia keys and shot bolu shot. So that's also going to graph and shin go heart news percent parabolic minus and it'll continue on to infinity. I guess obviously from t are going to be in right turn. Just sublimate star 0. Sublimate star 0, x coordinate 0, I guess that's going want the x coordinate 0 to y going to be coordinate lose yeah, because you could start 0, 0, so you to minus e is going to do. So that's on la 0 la minus that's going to punch your graph. So that means carrying graph will be into quadrant chon. Okay, so at least you got the graph of hand, see that the graph of hand percent. Like you will say here na asymptotes. So it's in the sketch to me to share graph. Well, basically, automatically, what you see, you have click and you get graph in show, I guess there's two show. From over there's a mark king quadrant will kind of in the graph. How can that's the cost left? X equals minus 5 or what is that? When that's the minus 5 or stanchion, you do lose she is going to lose 3, which the she is which the quadrant dog, so the rest is like dog, that's the one the dog and the test is going to graph into regions and faster. So these are just try to figure out more patch will the region. Or else, what the yen and grind is current to the function, it's just a calculator or table function, I guess plot into a couple of function. And then just sketch into star graph. Okay? Right, some questions over the chart. Right, measure here now the yen and dash. Yeah? Right, try to get here and catch over the nui. Yeah? Alright, then that's listen to Russia then. You can do that, yeah? Alright, listen to Slia. Yeah. Just from the water body and deeper there, yeah? Alright, listen to Slia, you can do it. If they did check, then you don't number volume. Great. Had the lock recently again. Oh my. I would have been brought the week machine here, be good at it. I need 40 minutes to stop. Because I can't go through my first holiday, right? You leave my grow meat, you know, only stop need 40 minutes. My holiday is like 40 minutes more than that. Leave down with the time. Sit the 5 percent. Watch me, leave it again. Leave right when it's Jenny anyway. On the previous. The more the grown more. Find the asymptote to show that the curve has no current point, no point this in Johnson. Determine where the curve crosses the x and the y axis, so x equals 0, y equals 0. Draw a rough sketch. And then determine the coordinates of the 2 points in the curve and keep the so the part there, not just calculate next couple of steps.